Hi guys, Angela with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, I'm back. We'll come in closer on this in just a second, but I want to explain a few things. I'm sorry I didn't get back very soon with this project to finish it up. It's just Thanksgiving happened. I'm trying to decorate my house for Christmas. So, and my Christmas decorating for my house is intense. You guys, I remove things, put them away in boxes, and then redecorate complete surfaces with Christmas stuff. So I don't just add to what I already have, like my decor. I actually remove stuff and bring stuff in. It's crazy, but it takes the whole month of November. So I start November 1st Christmas decorating. So because I do it so intensely, it would be way too much stress to do it the day after Thanksgiving for me. So anyway, here we go. What I have here is, okay, I have the mixed media piece here, which is mixed media with paint and collage bits. And if you haven't seen how I created this world with paint and collage bits, go back to part 1 and 2, something like that, and you'll see. But I went ahead and finished up the girl, and I sized her down. When I printed her off to about a 5x7. Cut her out and applied her into the world. And I applied her into the world with Eileen's Tacky. Now, because I copy her off onto like a thick cardstock, and that's what it takes to get her down. And I don't put anything on top of her. Now, it looks, I mean, she looks good, but it looks a little bit pasted in. I'm going to show you how we're going to incorporate her in the painting so it doesn't look like we collaged her in, okay? But before we do that, I want to show you something of when we left off. I was finishing up my girl here. So let me come in a little closer. And, not that close. I'll show you her hair. Okay. I was finishing up the, her horns, and I had finished up the hair, but there was one part of the hair I didn't show you, because doesn't the hair look better than last time? Remember, we left off with using Distress Oxide, picked raspberry, and I used one of these little deals that I get at Hobby Lobby, a pack of 4 of them, okay? Or you can use the Tim Holtz Distress ones too, but these are only $1.99. You get like 4 or 5, and you can apply this Distress Oxide on her hair. Like I said, if you don't know how I did her hair, that was just the video before this, and I'll show you, and I'll completely show you how I did this hair. Okay, but I was looking at it going, you know what? It needs a little more definition. Well, what I like to use is a pencil called, it's a Prismacolor. This isn't Premiers. I have Prismacolor Premiers. These are Prismacolor Scholars. What's good about the Scholars is they're not expensive. You can get a pack of 36 at Walmart for like, I think 15 bucks or something, or 12. I don't know. Something like that. And, or you can get like, maybe it's like 45 colors, but they don't, Prismacolor Premiers, even though they're softer, they don't have some of the colors that Prismacolor Premiers have, Prismacolor Scholars have, which is this neon pink. And it doesn't come out neon. It comes out with a really cool pink. And the pink is like this. Look how pretty it is. So what I did, I like to take this to finish this hair up and just to fine strands. And you kind of organically do it. You go along like just a strand, kind of follow it all the way down just to define the strand a little bit. It can be where there's already a pink area. It can be there where there's more of a white or gray area. And just follow the strand all the way down. Okay. Just like this. And I had, and I knew I was missing, so after I did the video that day, I'm like, I'm missing something with this hair. And this is what it was. And I pretty much already finished it up. I'm just kind of showing you. Okay? And that's it. Just to give a little bit more definition. Okay? That is it. And that just really helps finish it off nicely, this technique that I use for the hair. For this real soft, pretty pink hair. Okay? Alright, so this is what she did. Oh, and also, and let me turn this around. I'm going to turn her around both ways because, you guys, right now, I had a program that I could turn my work around so you guys can see me working as if you were standing behind me. It's called FX Switch or whatever. It isn't working. I got to find a new one. I haven't been able to find a new one, so I'll kind of work back and forth showing you guys things so that you can see it the way that, you know, as if you're sitting across from me. Or you're standing behind me. But I went ahead and I put some stickles Just some glitter glue. If you don't have sticklers, you can use glitter glue. In her hair, I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably not. But and then I put some on her cheeks. I put a little of that on her lips. I put a little bit on her eyeshadow. I put some on her wings here, on her fairy wings. And I put some in her hair. So, I love, when I finish, I love finishing off like that. Oh, and I think I did a little, yeah, I did a little bit on her little strap right there. Of her little, whatever she's wearing. Okay, of her little tank. Okay, so that's how she came out. Then I took this to the copier. I printed out 5x7 size, okay? And when I did that, let me come out. There she is. Let me just come all the way out. When I did that, I went ahead and trimmed her. I went ahead and cut her out. I printed her out 5x7. Then I cut her out. And when you guys, if you do this, if you copy your work on your printer, you might want to, if you can, if you have Photoshop, go into Photoshop and deepen the color a little bit before you print it. And when you do that, then it'll come out more like your original. You need to deepen it a little bit. Because what I do is I scan it into the computer. And when it goes, I scan it onto a jump drive. And then I take that jump drive and put it in my computer and then put her picture or my drawing on my computer. It loses color all those stages. So I go back in with Photoshop, intensify the color a little bit, make it a little stronger, a little bolder. And then when I print, right before I print it out, and then I get a nicer print. Okay. So, I then took and used some Eileen's tacky glue and collaged her into our little magical world. And doesn't she like this? Doesn't she just look like a beautiful little winter fairy? I love it. Okay, so I collaged her into the world, and I don't put any collage medium over it, like I don't put any Eileen's over it, just like that. Now, I want to do some techniques to show you to put her into this picture more, not just like we collaged her on top, like we actually painted her in, okay? So, this is the techniques I like to use. So, let me come in a little closer. Hopefully, this is going to work here. So, bear with me while I play with the camera for a second, you guys. I want to come in nice and close so you guys see what's going on. Okay. So, what I do is I'm going to take some... I took some white acrylic paint. Is my brush wet? Yeah, there we go. I took some white acrylic paint. Do I have it somewhere? Yeah, there it is. On my little tray here. And I took a stiff brush, okay? The stiffer the brush, the more scruffy it acts. And that's what I like, to do waves and clouds and stuff like that. So, I'm going to take, see, she's a little bit, I placed her a little bit into the water, right? Just a little bit, like she's coming out of the water. And so then I just go across her like this. See? And I really hit it pretty with a lot of white, right where she sits there, so you can't really tell. Now she's in the wave, see? And then let's just go just a little bit more right here. I'll go across. Perfect. See? Now it looks like she's coming out of the water, right? Simple, 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 simple. Then I'm going to take some more of that white paint still that's left on my tray here. Mix it with a little water. We're going to do some splatters. Now, I don't want to splatter her face, but I would like to get a little bit of splatter which on her wings, maybe a little in her hair, a little bit on her skin, and that's the snow that's coming everywhere, okay? Because she's a winter fairy. But let's cover her face. And hopefully my camera hasn't turned off because I've already done this video, well, the beginning of it twice because my damn camera turned off. Anyway. Don't you hate that? You're sitting there talking and your camera's off. You're like, oh. You just want to lash out irrationally against yourself or your camera. Anyway. Okay, so I want to cover up her face because I don't want to get splatters all over her face. But I do want to get these splatters, like on her hair. Like on her hair and her wings. So if we get these, let me see if I want to use my, just a second, you guys. might be using my fan brush instead. Perfect. So I just want to get a nice amount of splatters on her skin, on her hair. Perfect. Perfect. And by putting these splatters like that, just brings her into the rest of this world, right? Because there's white splatters everywhere. There's little snow. There's snow everywhere. So that just brought her right into the picture. So did, and especially putting the waves going across her body at the bottom. That brought her into the picture also, right? It looks like she's just bathing in this beautiful little water, or she's rising up out of the water. One of the two is happening. Okay, and then one other thing I'm going to do is, let me grab some more white paint. I'm going to put some shooting stars hitting her wings. It's just another small detail that's going to make a big difference. It's a very small, these are all real small details, but they make a big difference. Okay, so we'll do a shooting star right here. Perfect. And we'll try to do one more. We'll do one more right here. Cool. So it just really brings her into the painting and not like she's just pasted in. These are all the little tricks I like to do that. Perfect. And I might do one more shooting star up here. There we go. Cool. So there's like 3 little shooting stars coming down towards her, which I think looks really cool. Now the last thing I want to do to her, and I'm going to turn her around too so you guys can see it, is I want to, remember on the picture here, the original here, we put stickles on, right? So let's put some stickles on her. So she's glowing. Just a second, guys. I have to get my stickles down to the bottom. Make sure you guys are still there. Yes, you are. Okay. So I put a little bit of the stickles or glitter glue. If you don't have stickles, you can use all stickles is a fancy name for glitter glue. Let me get a brush that I want to use. You got to watch that. So much stuff is the same thing. It's just repeated or a fancy name is put on it or something like that. So be careful. I don't always buy stickles, but when I get it on clearance or I get a sale, I buy it. Otherwise, I make my own. I get a clear glue and I get some fine glitter and make my own stickles. So you can always make your own too. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of the stickles on her cheeks. I'm going to put a little bit on her eyes. I'm going to put a little bit on her lips. And then I'm going to stickle her hair. I'm going to put stickles all over the hair. Which I think is going to look fabulous. And then let's put stickles all over her wings. A winter fairy has to have glittery wings. Of course. I love creating these little fairy worlds. They're where I would like to live. That's why I create them. Look how beautiful she looks. I love it. I absolutely love the whole fairy world that we created. I love the girl. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. Okay, let me see what you guys are seeing. Okay, I'm lost because I can't find my mirror. Okay, here it is. Look how pretty she looks. Okay, so let me turn. You guys, the camera's going to be crazy for a second, so just bear with me. Okay. You know what would look pretty is to put a bunch of that glitter glue in the water. I'm going to do that. I'll do it with it facing you guys too. Okay. Come on, camera. Okay, I need to move my work over. Okay. Let me see if I need to move this down. I'm kind of having to do everything completely opposite of how I had it because, okay. But anyway, look at her face. Isn't that pretty? And her hair with the, I don't know if you can see the glitter or not. Or the, it's not glitter. Well, it is glitter, but stickles. Very pretty. So that's what it turned out like. The full picture. Isn't that gorgeous, you guys? I'm loving it. I buy glue. You can also buy glitter glue at Dollar Tree. And it's a good price, too. And I'm trying to look for where I have it at. Okay, it's right here. I'll show it to you guys. I bought quite a few colors. I had to look for it and look for it. You guys, it's in their section. It's really kind of cheap. They're little, I consider Dollar Tree, the whole store to be a craft store because I use it for my crafts. And just buying all the cute stuff they have there. But, oh, excuse me. But in their little craft area, that's where I found the glitter glues. And there was hardly any left, so people must always buy these. Okay, so look at this one's a purple glitter glue, and they're gorgeous, you guys. Look how pretty that is. Okay. I wish they always have a clear. They don't always have a clear. Look at the pink one. Now, they have a little bit of a tint to them. So whatever the color, like right now, I could throw this light pink one over the water, and it would blend in pretty well. The purple one might be too deep. I'm not sure. It probably would be because it wouldn't go over the pink as well. And then the green. So whatever, so you really need to use it with whatever the base color is. Like it would need to be a little bit of a tealish color here. It would need to be pretty much purple here. Pinks or, you know, shades of pinks would need to be with this one. So I'm going to put this in the water. I think that's going to look fabulous. Okay. So let me shake it up a little bit. And to get that much glitter glue, okay, you guys look at the difference. That's Stickles and that's this. And they're both glitter glues. Okay, this is like regularly like $5. And I think you get 3 different ones for $5. But look how small it is. $1, you get this big old thing of glitter glue. Fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to use my finger. I'm going to do a little test here. See if that's going to, I'm going to like that. Yes. You know what where I'm putting it at? I'm staying away from the white areas because it does have a little bit of color in it. So I really don't want to color my white, which it's not that intense of a color anyway. It's very light, a very light, sheery, translucent pink color. But it'll put a little pink tinge to my white, which I don't want. So where the purple areas are at and the pink areas are at, I'm putting this glitter glue. Because the purple's so deep that it doesn't even show the pink tinge. The tinge of pink, if I'm saying that right, whatever. Sorry if I'm off camera because I'm going kind of below, I think, where the camera is at. In just a second, you guys, because I've got to move that. Cool. I love that. And you know what? I have a little bit of this left, so I'm just going to go up to the sky and just give some little pink glow to the sky. Are you guys seeing that? Yeah, you're seeing that. Great. Now and as you guys all know, you really want to wait till you're really, really done because this adds texture. So it's, you know, it'll be hard to work over. So just really make sure that, you know, you're done. And I can tell you guys, I'm done. I have a little bit more and this hair is pink, so I'm just going to add a little bit more to the hair. Why not? Okay. Let me get that off my hands. And I love it. Oh, that looks so pretty. I'm not really sure if the glitter glue is showing up or not, because, you know, it's on camera, so glitter doesn't always show up, but sometimes it does. So I think that turned out so pretty. Let me try to come in on some spots, okay, guys? So there's my girl. There's a close-up of her. And what I'll do is I'll just move my picture around. Let me see what happens when I do this. Okay, so there's that. There's that. So I'm just moving my camera around just so you guys can see different parts close up. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. And then there's my girl. Let me see if I scoot it over this way, what that does. Yeah, there we go. Look how pretty that is. Doesn't she look gorgeous? Okay. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And then I'm just going to come down a little bit so you guys can see more of the water. Oops. Well, I can't come down more than that because it's not going to work out that way, but there we go. And let me just go ahead and come out with the camera so you guys can see the full thing. And there it is. And there's the water right there. So you guys can see that. It's hard because, you know, I'm working this whole piece ends up being 11 by 14. And I make my pieces either 8 by 10s or 11 by 14. So if I give these as gifts or I sell any of my work, then people can just get regular frames, regular size frames. They can get beautiful frames, 11 by 14, 8 by 10. So I don't make these weird sizes that you can't frame your stuff. So, I mean, you can go to Dollar Tree and get yourself a frame for $1 and frame it that way, you know. So I do it so that you can find a frame and not have to pay a fortune or go get it specially framed, because that's ridiculous. Okay, you guys, that is it. Let me just, there we go. So just see a little bit of that water too. I just love her. She turned out great. Okay, I think she came out great. What do you guys think? I think this little world is really pretty, and I love her in it. And, oh, I didn't say this. Let me say one more thing, and then I'll let you guys go. I call her Winter Fairy, and she's going to be the Winter Fairy on my Christmas cards. So I will be making prints of her, 5x7 prints of her, or just of her, of this whole world, and this will be the fronts of my Christmas cards, so that I'm sending out. So she's why I created this Winter Fairy girl and the Winter Fairy scene. So I don't know if I explained that at the beginning. I think I said that in my first video, but I wasn't sure. Okay, you guys, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this process. Get yourself some magazine bits, collage them down. I gave you a whole lot of techniques that you can use to make these little worlds, and they don't have to be the worlds that I like. Like, I love these little fairy fantasy worlds. They don't have to be like this. They could be space. They could be whatever you want. But the main thing is just get down some of these techniques so that you can use them in the worlds that you want to create, or landscapes, or whatever it is that you want to create. Make it yours. Okay, you guys, that is it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. And give this video a thumbs up. That'd be great. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram. And I will talk to you guys in the next video.